Hey, beautiful soul. So we have a short, simple, very Kundalini based routine for you today. So sitting, I like to sit on a bolster because although I can sit cross-legged on the floor, I end up kind of slouched like that. So it's more important what your upper body is doing. So sit on a bolster, sit on blocks, sit on a cushion if you need to. Just make sure your hips are relaxed, your spine is nice and upright, shoulders relaxed. Just close your eyes for a moment and check in, simply noticing how you feel this moment in time, because our mood, our energy changes throughout the day, throughout the week, etc. And it's not about judgment. It's simply about being present and tuning into your body. And also so you can notice how you feel at the end of the sequence. So you can even ask yourself, how am I feeling today? How does it feel being in my body? And wait for an answer, okay? Wait for your body to answer rather than your logical mind. And taking a nice and deep breath in. And let it go. Awesome. Then bringing your hands onto your shoulders, fingers in front. You're going to inhale, press the elbows back, lift through the chest. Exhale, bring the elbows together. Imagine lifting through the upper back. So it's a spinal flex. So you're rocking on your sit bones. Don't move the head. The head will move a little bit, but don't consciously move it. Breathe in and out. Keep going. I'm just going to turn sideways so you can see. So it's a spine flex, which we normally do with the hands on the shins, but today we're doing it like eagle wings. Remember, any time you work on the spine, we're actually working on the whole body because the central nervous system runs along the length of the spine. So feel yourself rocking on your sit bones, and you can do this sitting on a chair as well. So when I say don't move the head, what I mean is don't kind of like lift the head up. Just let it relax, keep it in neutral. And then breathe in. Hold the breath. And exhale. Release it. Release your hands. And bring your hands, left hand, palm facing out. Now sometimes my camera reverses it. So your left hand, palm facing out. Right hand, palm in. Bear grip the hands. This is like Ganesh Mudra, the remover of obstacles, and pull the hands apart slightly so you feel your chest muscles activating. We're going to do a twist. You're going to inhale left, exhale right. Now turn through your body rather than just swinging the arms around. We've got Miss Lulu here. She loves to get in on the action. And you close your eyes if you get dizzy, and I just heard my spine crack. Sometimes you will hear a little bit of popping and cracking in your spine. It's a great way to release and realign your spine. It also helps to stretch out the intercostal muscles and helps you breathe more easily. Remember, breathing in and out through the nose and really pumping the belly on that exhale as if you're kind of blowing your nose. Then breathe in, hold the breath, and really try and pull the hands apart. And as you hold the breath, pull up your root lock. So pull up rectum, sex organs, navel, and imagine squeezing in and up. So you're squeezing energy and cerebral spinal fluid up from your tailbone. And exhale and release. I'm going to come down onto the floor. I'm going to do some poses with the breath of fire. So the breath of fire is a short, light breath like this. Pumping the belly on the exhale. And you can do it a little bit slower if need be. So if for some reason you feel inclined to do it a little bit slower, follow that intuition. So come down onto your back. And this Lulu's, yes. They think anytime I lie down, then I must be there for cuddles. And you're going to bring your right leg into a hamstring stretch. Now don't be in so much of a rush to reach your foot that you tense your shoulders. You want to keep your shoulders relaxed, your pelvis relaxed, but gently press into your left foot. Once you've found your position, breathe in Then begin the breath of fire. So feel that belly pumping. And you keep going, keep that breath going, and imagine it burning away any resistance, physical resistance, emotional resistance, and imagine it heating your muscles. And so you'll feel yourself getting deeper into the stretch without forcing, without trying to like reach and grab, because don't make it your aim to reach your foot. It doesn't really matter. Your hamstrings don't care whether you can reach your foot or not. Better off holding around your calf muscle than reaching too high. I see so many people that try this. They're so desperate to reach their foot that they're tensing their neck and shoulders. So keep that breath going, keep the breath of fire going. Keep pressing into your left foot. So press the left foot down into the floor. Melt your shoulder blades towards the back of your heart. Keep the breath going and switch legs. So put the right foot down, stretch the left leg up. Notice how it feels on this side. Keep your breath of fire burning. Remember, there is no there to get to. There's no perfect pose. And some days we will feel supple and strong, and other days we'll feel like as tight as a board. So just be here now. Don't have any kind of end destination in mind. And press into your right foot. I'm laughing at Miss Lulu coming all over me. This is how my Zoom classes are pretty much, with any one of my 6 cats joining in. And imagine releasing around your hip sockets. So you'll feel yourself getting deeper into the stretch, but again, without force, without, because often the more time put my teeth back in. Often, the more we try and force a stretch, our body actually resists. Keep the breath going and switch legs again. So coming back to your right leg, keep that breath burning, keep the breath of fire going, and you'll feel heat building up in your body. Relax your face as you do that. Feel your belly pumping. Allow your lower back, your pelvis to melt down into the mat. Keep the breath going, but switch legs again. So coming back to the left leg. And you may notice yourself getting deeper into the stretch. But remember, it's more about finding that sense of ease, that effortless effort that a lot of yogis talk about. And you probably haven't got a cat climbing all over you either. They do teach you to be in the moment. I could stop the video and start again and get all arsy and blah, blah, blah. But this is my life. This is how it is. And my animals are a big part of that. So they just carry on. They like joining in because they like the energy. And then take a breath in. Hold the breath. Release that leg. Release the breath. Just notice how you feel. They think if I stop and lie down, then I must be here for cuddles. Go from here, draw your legs in, stretch your legs up and take them wide. Hold onto the inside of the legs. So you might hold on around the thighs or the calf muscles. Energize through to the toes, but keep your lower back melting into the floor. Long, deep breathing here. So feel that stretch in your inner thighs. Nice, long, deep breaths. And just imagine, it's just like doing a wide-angled forward bend, either when we stand or when we're sitting. It's just we're upside down. And what tends to happen when we come into a forward bend is we tend to kind of bend from the middle a little bit. So the advantage of doing it whilst on your back is that your back is nice and relaxed. You're not tensing. And you can relax your lower back. So you're not trying to pull, you're not trying to lift the tailbone off the floor. It's also a great stretch if you've been feeling really irritable or pissed off and angry, because it stretches out your liver meridian, which runs on the inside, basically where your trouser seam is. It stretches that out. So anytime you get a little bit narky, then this kind of stretch, or any stretch that stretches out your inner thighs, is ideal. Just a couple more nice deep breaths. See if you can relax your lower back a little bit more, relax your pelvis, and relax your shoulders. One more deep breath in and out. And bring the legs in. Hold on behind the knees and see if you can rock and roll on your spine. You can use your legs with a little bit of momentum here. It's a great way to massage your spine and realign your spine. And next time around, come up to sitting and come over onto your hands and knees. And we do a little bit of work in cat pose with the breath of fire. And we're going to be extending alternate legs. The trick is to get the breath first and then to bring in the movement. So hands under your shoulders, fingers spread out. I like to have my knees slightly narrower than hip width. Relax your shoulders, keeping your head in neutral, pressing into all 10 fingertips. So begin the breath and then bring in the movement to find your rhythm. And your rhythm might be slightly different to mine, that's okay. So when you've got the breath, start bringing in the movement. And if you get stuck, if you get, confused along the way, just stop the movement again, keep the breath going, and then start the movement again. So you don't need to go too fast, find your own natural rhythm. And everything is difficult when we first start, remember, especially this kind of thing where the breath is faster than the movement. I always say to people, everything is challenging until it isn't. Just keep your shoulders relaxed, get head in neutral, and imagine your legs are like an extension of your spine. If I was to count, I'd probably do about 4 breaths per leg movement, but there's no hard or fast rules. And just be aware of any negative thoughts, any kind of like, oh my God, I can't do this, I'm so rubbish, blah, blah, blah. Get those thoughts out of your mind. Then hold, knees down, breathe in. Hold the breath, apply root lock, squeeze pelvic floor muscles, squeeze tummy muscles. And release. Come up, shake out your wrists. Got one more exercise. Do the same thing, but this time you're going to reach the opposite arm. So opposite arm and leg. Same thing, get the breath first, then bring in the movement. And if you need to keep stopping and starting, that's okay. Remember, it's called a practice, not a perfect. So fingers spread out. Remember, you can elevate the heels of your hands if need be. Shoulders relaxed, head in neutral. Find the breath. And when you've got what you're doing, close your eyes, turn your eye gaze inwards. So get the breath going first. And when you've got the breath going, start the movement. So it's opposite arm and leg. Again, don't be in too much of a rush with the movement. So when you reach the opposite arm and leg out, you're holding for a split second. Get eye gaze inwards. Feel that breath building heat in your body. Remember, if you need to stop and start the movement, that's okay. Just a few more seconds, we're nearly there. Hold, hands down, breathe in, hold it, and release. Come back, either sit on your heels or sit in a cross-leg position. Rest your hands in your lap, close your eyes, and again just check in. Simply noticing how you feel. No, there's no rights or wrong. No, this is just a short excerpt. This is a short excerpt of the class we did this morning. And one thing I always say to people is be on the lookout for those thoughts that we all tend to have. Those thoughts of, oh, I can't do this, I'm rubbish, I'm the only one who can't do it, I must be useless, blah, 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 blah. And I always tell my students, focus on what you can do, not on what you can't. And as I said, everything is difficult until it's not. It sounds silly, it sounds stupid, but it's true. And when we first try something for the first time, especially when you're trying to bring arms and legs in with a fast breath, it is challenging because you want to try and keep up with the breath. And it's like, so just take your time and know that one day it will go, that's how you do it. But it's called a practice. Every time we get on the mat, we are practicing. I practice even after 20 years because there is no there to get to. It's about how you feel in yourself. It's not about achieving a perfect pose or anything like that. If you would like to know more about joining our online platform, you can try it for 14 days absolutely free. Just leave a message, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Love and light to you. Mwah.